Welcome to Shamrock Reddit Stories, Am I the Butthole edition, where a family member and her girlfriend pretend to be drunk on vacation to avoid having her siblings coerce her into babysitting. This one is from What the Actual Frick 13. Man, I almost missed that one. Almost slid it right by me. I came so close to blurting out the F word. And it's called, Am I the Butthole for blowing up at a nurse for telling me that my daughter wasn't my daughter? So, my partner and I adopted our daughter 2 years ago. We don't have any biological children, and we don't really plan to, just yet. Our daughter is 6 years old now. She does understand that she's adopted, and we've made it clear time and time again that even though she didn't come from my belly, we still love her and treat her as if she did. The other day, I took her to a pediatrician because she said that one of her ears felt full. She did have a cold last week, so that was expected, and the doctor said that her ear would drain out eventually. All good. The nurse comes in with the discharge sheet and commented that she would have never assumed that I was the mother of my daughter since I had looked nothing like her, which I don't, for obvious reasons. So then I said, "Oh yeah, we adopted her, so that's why she doesn't look like me or my husband." Then this nurse goes, "Oh, okay, so she isn't your daughter." I was a little confused because I thought I had just explained this whole situation. I said again, "She is my daughter. We adopted her a few years back." The nurse says, "But technically she isn't your daughter, and her real mom is somewhere else." I was really upset. Because what the actual frick? I said again, "But she is my daughter and I am her mom." The nurse kind of sighed and said, "Okay, maybe legally you are, but her real mom is the one who gave birth to her." My daughter was looking up at me kind of confused, and I can't even imagine what was going through her head. I had had enough. I said to this nurse, "What the heck is wrong with you? I keep telling you that I am her mother, and you keep denying that in front of my daughter, no less." The nurse goes, "I'm just stating a fact. Biologically, she's not yours." I went again. "Yeah, because she's adopted. We adopted her and gave her a home. What, I have to push her out of my vagina to be her mother?" The nurse goes, "Well, that's the dictionary definition of what a mom is." I had had enough. I told her to wash her mouth of the BS she had been saying at me and my daughter, and I left and went home. I was really shaken up at this point and was still upset when we got home and my husband noticed. I told him what had happened. He told me that the nurse was really dumb for saying that, but I shouldn't have blown up on her like that. Am I the butthole? Edit. Rest in peace, my inbox. Thank you so much for everyone's kindness and support. My husband did apologize to me, thank God, and he gets that I was just sticking up for our child, who is our child whether people like it or not. We went to the clinic in person and filed a complaint. Hopefully, it will turn out in our favor and in favor of those who don't exactly have a so-called traditional family. Thanks again. You are most definitely not the butthole. Seamus and I agree with OP on this one when she thinks, "What the actual frick, lady?" To say that kind of total BS in front of the adopted 6-year-old child? That is borderline child abuse, if you ask us. We were so relieved to know that you filed a complaint on the so-called nurse. That nurse does not belong in a pediatric setting at the least. This one is from Tia and Crow, and it's called, Am I the Butthole for getting tipsy and acting much drunker when I realized my siblings and cousins were trying to get me to babysit on a trip? My family was doing a family reunion trip to a resort. I went with my girlfriend, I'm also a girl, and my siblings, cousins, and their spouses and kids. The first day, a bunch of the couples seemed to just assume that my girlfriend and I would babysit when we were hanging out at the beach barbecue, just telling their kids to go to us to play. We'd send them back to their parents a few times, but they'd complain that they were busy and needed a break and ask us to help. But it didn't feel like it was just helping when it was looking like we were in charge of 7 kids all night while their parents were getting drunk. We weren't planning on drinking much. We often don't drink at all, but we decided to grab some cocktails and water. We drank them and then got the idea of pretending to be crap-faced drunk so we'd stop being considered the sober babysitters of the trip. We decided to pretend that each cup of ice water with lime was actually a double-shot vodka soda, so whenever we had one drink, we would act like we had 2 extra strong ones. I grabbed us another round of cocktails and waters and we started the act, basically getting really boisterous and purposely stumbling or swaying on our feet. We still kept an eye out for the kids playing near us. My sister asked how much we drank, and I looked at the cups by our chairs like, that was a Long Island iced tea, I think. I had 2 of those, and those were some vodka sodas, but I think they were like double pours. So like 4 drinks each? But I guess they were strong. My sister was like, so those were all double or triple pours? That's 8 drinks each, at least. And I said, not the iced tea ones. And she said, Long Island iced teas have 2 or 3 shots each. I said, oh, that must be why I'm feeling it. Maybe we should switch to beer, babe. Anyway, after that, my sister went to talk to the other parents, and they all suddenly took their kids back. We'd only had 2 single-pour drinks each, so we just chilled for the rest of the night. The next few nights, my girlfriend and I didn't even have to put on much of an act. As soon as we'd grab a single fruity cocktail, nobody tried to make us babysit. But on the last night, my mom overheard us about how we'd played drunk, and she asked what we meant. I owned up to it and said we hadn't actually gotten hammered that first night, and that we had 2 single-pour drinks each and were just playing so that everyone would stop treating us like babysitters. Well, my mom told my brothers and sisters, and they were mad, saying that it was immature of us to do that, and really immature that we scared them into thinking that their kids had been at risk. Am I the butthole for playing drunk? Not only are you not the butthole, OP, you and your girlfriend must be family vacation savants. That was pure genius to come up with pretending to be drunk to avoid babysitting. The real buttholes in this story are the family members with kids who just automatically expect you to babysit. Where do they get off thinking that they are entitled to take your vacation time away from you to watch their kids? They're responsible for their kids, not you. And don't forget your mom. Even if she agrees with you about what you did and why you did it, she had to know that blabbing to your siblings would just stir up trouble. She earns a pretty good butthole rating herself. Okay, this is going to be a little lengthy, but just bear with us until the end, please. There is a well-documented body of research into what is known as opt-in inertia and status quo bias. A prime example is that in countries where you have to choose to be an organ donor by doing something like signing the back of your driver's license, the participation rate is around 15%. In countries where you have to opt out of organ donation, the participation rate is near 100%. Worldwide, most people agree that organ donation is a very good thing. It's the opt-in inertia that's getting in the way of higher participation rates in countries with that system of donation. If there is not a compelling and immediate benefit to opt in, people just don't take the time and effort to do it. Well, Seamus and I are here to give you a compelling reason to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell. Seamus has decided that for everyone who does this, he will grant them 1 or more occurrences of good fortune. When you win $4 by getting 1 of 5 numbers plus the Powerball number, that's Seamus granting you good fortune. The next time you get that sweet, sweet parking space close to the door of that crowded restaurant or shopping mall, Seamus again. The next time your reflexes seem extra keen when you are playing Valorant or Minecraft and you kick butt, shame us. When it happens, you can brag to whomever you are with that you have a leprechaun looking out for you, and all that you had to do was like, subscribe, and click the notification bell on a Shamrock Reddit Stories video. Telling them about it will double your good fortune. It's a win-win. You get good fortune, and we get to grow our channel. If that's not a compelling reason to opt in, we don't know what is. And while you're at it, if your company offers a 401k savings plan, take 1 measly hour out of your life to get online and sign up to have, at the very least, the company matching percentage withheld from your pay. It's free money. Free. Tax-deductible, free money from your company. Well, tax-deductible until you withdraw it at a very likely lower tax rate during retirement. Also, the next time you get your driver's license renewed, well, you know,